rolling.
Hi. Hi, everybody. I'm Amy Hubbard. I'm going to be showing you today how to use the Tint Skin from Beautycounter. I'm also going to be showing you how to use the Beautycounter highlighters for under eye concealers. So we're going to start by moistening the skin because that's the best way to start applying any foundation is to moist skin. So I'm going to use the Beautycounter wipes right now. And that will just help to kind of moisten the skin, give a little bit of freshness to the skin so that the foundation, when it adheres, doesn't pull or find any dry skin. This also helps to exfoliate because of the kind of quilting. So it helps to exfoliate a little bit as well.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I need that in my chin.
And this is Abby, our model.
Hello. And those wipes are also great for when you're being lazy at night after a long night out. And
Which is always.
Don't feel like doing the whole process. You just use wipe.
Okay, and we've already determined that Abby is linen during the winter months. She's more linen, so we're going to use linen. And Beautycounter does have a foundation brush that they recommend for applying this. That is completely up to you if that works for you. I find that a wet beauty blender works best to apply it. You get more coverage, no streaking, and it's just a fuller coverage.
Amy, how'd you get that wet? Just water?
Yeah, just water. You kind of run it under the water and squeeze it several times to get it fully saturated.
Oh, nice.
And then it gets big as it is right now. And so it's pretty wet. I mean, it's not dripping wet. You basically get all of the drips out of it, but it still has a lot of moisture in there.
Does that make your face look more dewy?
No, but
No?
it does. It won't leave any streaks. Like if you use the brush, it actually doesn't have a lot of coverage to it.
Yeah.
But if you're using this, we're kind of patting it on, and you get more coverage that way.
Well, you learn something every day.
That's right. So put a little bit more on here. And just kind of tap it into there to that color. You could also put little spots like this and kind of go around the face and sponge those in. Get good audio from the dog in the background as I block the camera.
I'm going to move a little so we can see what you're doing here.
And there we go. So you can see what a difference that makes. Just beautiful and still fresh. You can still see skin underneath. There's no masking going on, which is what I love about the Tint Skin. So beautiful.
Yeah.
And then now
Wish I could see.
I'm gonna go in and use the concealers. So concealers are tricky with Beautycounter. They are a mixing game. You have to mix typically, not in every case, but in Abby's case, she is a mixture of medium 1. I'll show you these the differences here in just a second. Medium 1 and a little bit of light mixed in.
Wait, is that light or
Fair? Sorry, a little bit of fair. Medium. So this one's medium 1 and this one is fair, and those are the ones that I'm going to mix together to get the right concealer color for Abby. Okay, because we can see if I use this one by itself, it works. It definitely works as a concealer. But it's a little dark. It doesn't help to brighten that area. So I'm going to use just a bit of that fair and mix it in there. And then just look up for me. Perfect. And mixing that little bit of fair in makes it a tiny bit lighter than her natural skin tone there, which is perfect, exactly what we want.
So I usually apply with my fingers. Is that a problem? Because this looks better than what I usually do.
You know, I'm going to show you here. I would place it with your finger, and then I would use the beauty blender to kind of...
I need to get that beauty blender.
Yeah. I'm going to use it a lot today.
Yeah.
So
Tell us again where you get the beauty blender.
Beauty blenders can be bought in several places now. They used to have an exclusive, but now I think they're sold everywhere. I mean, I don't know
Like
if Target.
Amazon?
You can get them at Walgreens.
Walgreens, yeah.
I don't know how good they are, but
Oh well, yeah.
Are
I
they all
would
the
definitely
yeah.
recommend getting the Beauty blender.
Oh, so
I
it's like a
wouldn't-
brand.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
got
gotcha.
it.
I wouldn't recommend getting an off-brand because I've tried them, and they don't work very well. They are like hard,
Mm.
and
Yeah, the one I
Good
used just it felt like it soaked everything in. I was
Yeah.
probably not doing it right.
Oh, it looks so good when you do it.
so you just go in there and
Okay.
kind of pat it out to where
It's
it's
like perfectly blended.
yeah.
Very nice.
And then Abby, what you can do too is you can take your ring finger, and just go right along lightly, right along the lash line. So go ahead and do that for me. This is what I do like to do with my finger, because when you do that, it's warming up the concealer and making it really soft there. So we don't
tend
want
to get really creasy too.
Yeah, so that's good to do with your finger. Wipe off the excess.
That's generally what I have to do.
Same thing with the Beauty
Same
blender.
with
You're
me.
kind of wiping off the excess with this.
Cool.
Yeah.
We have similar eyes, I feel like, so I can't wait to see the eye portion
Do we?
later. Yeah.
The hooded eye.
Yeah, the hooded eye. Love it.
Translucent powder. What's the actual name of this?
Mattifying.
The
powder.
mattifying powder. Okay. So this is beautiful on its own. If you wanted to just go out like this, great. I would put a little mattifying powder on there with the Beauty blender, because basically it's going to hold it in place. That's what this is going to do. I don't really necessarily want to mattify her skin, but I do want to hold it in place. So oddly, I mean, you wouldn't think using a wet Beauty blender would be the appropriate tool to put powder on the face.
Yeah.
But it works. It really works. It kind of melds it in to the foundation. And when you use a brush to apply it, I find that it can kind of look a little chalky.
Yeah.
And it grabs to certain areas where there might be dry skin and things like that. This helps to keep it all moist. Okay. And then I want to get a little bit of this powder right into the concealer. Right there. Perfect.
Oh, I'm sitting here writing down colors like duh, it's on tape. We can always refer back.
And you pat that right in underneath the eye there to help to make sure that we don't get that creasing that Abby talked about happening.
Oh,
just
so you
pat
think the
that.
mattifying powder helps to prevent the creasing?
Yes, when
Okay,
applied.
good to know.
When applied with a light hand with the Beauty blender,
Okay.
because then you're not creating more excess that is then going to go into the, like with a
Right.
brush, it can kind of create more where it will go in. But if you're wiping it off all the time, kind of by blending it, then it's
Good.
prevents it.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So that is how we use the Tint Skin,
Oh,
and how we use the mattifying powder and the concealers. So thanks for
it.
joining.
Beautiful. Thank you.